What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Randy here with RTS Mobile Gaming, bringing you a fantastic Diablo 4 video today. We're talking about my Druid, and I'm talking about my skill rotation as I level, okay? This has been a question that's been asked me several times by other players. What am I using as a Druid? It's definitely a lot of options to look at, so let's talk about the skills I'm using and the rotation I'm going to do right as I go into this boss fight, okay? So, first, I did a long 20-minute video yesterday on my general thoughts on the Druid skill tree overall. Feel free to check that out for more detail. This will be a very short version. Primarily, I'm using Storm Strike as my generator. This is going to give me a great amount of defense capabilities with 25% less damage taken. It's going to also immobilize the enemy and apply vulnerability, which increases the damage they take. I've got Landslide, which is going to be a guaranteed crit after I've already immobilized or stunned an enemy. Works very well with Storm Strike because that immobilizes people. I've got Earth and Bulwark here, which is going to go ahead and give me a shield and allow me to run around unstoppable for the duration. I've got Blood Howl, which is a great heal. It also resets itself by 1 second every time I get a kill, and it gives me attack speed and crit. Okay, we've got Poison Creeper, which does fantastic damage. It locks down and immobilizes all the enemies in a huge radius for 3 seconds. It does great damage for 3 more seconds. Okay. And I've got Hurricane on my bar as well, which is going to be an AoE that surrounds my character for 9 seconds. It's going to slow the enemies inside it by 25%, and it is going to apply vulnerable debuff 25% of the time, okay? So, a lot of chances here to immobilize my opponents, slow them down, and turn them vulnerable, which means they take bonus damage from my main damage dealing Landslide, okay? That's the general working strategy with this particular build for leveling. It's got a lot of toughness, it's got a lot of healing, it's got a lot of control and damage output. So, you're going to see me run into this fight. The first thing I want to do is get my Hurricane rocking and rolling to slow down the enemy and apply vulnerability. I'm also going to want to Storm Strike right away, so I start activating my 3-second revolving duration on reduced damage received. Okay, I may also immobilize them. I'll go ahead and start triggering Poison Creeper to get the damage moving and mobilize them even further. Alright, and I'll be saving Earth and Bulwark for when my health drops a little bit, or for when I need to get out of crowd control. If I see them drop a bunch of freezes on the ground, I need to get out of the crowd control. This is what is going to make me immune to crowd control. Okay, mix that up with Blood Howl whenever my health dips a little bit. This is going to be a huge benefit for my boss fight coming up here. So I think this is the boss fight coming up. Yep, there it is. I called it correctly. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, right, like I said, I got Hurricane rolling. I'm moving out of the poison. I'm going to go ahead and drop some landslides on this guy, okay? He's about to break through my bubble. Get out of the poison again. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pop my Earth and Fortitude. Okay, we'll pop a heal. The heal is rocking and rolling. Look at the amount of damage I just did right there. You see how much damage I did? He was vulnerable. He was slowed. Okay, we're going to go ahead and try and reactivate those debuffs on him here. Go ahead and pop a health pot. And we're going to land out a few more landslides and do a ton of damage, folks. He is now going to be sitting in place. Okay, I'm popping all my cooldowns here, trying to take him out, deal a ton of damage. Okay, going to move out of the way. I thought he was going to pop something right there. He did not necessarily. All right, Hurricane's back up, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and activate our Poison Vines as well. Okay, we're going to get the Howl back in play. Drop a few more so I can keep generating some spirit. Okay. My health is starting to drop a little bit, so I'm getting ready to pop my Earthen Totem here, but he's really not doing a whole lot of burst damage to me, my Earthen Shield. So far I actually haven't really needed it. I used it once, but I haven't really needed it, which has been fantastic. We'll go ahead and pop it here just because it does give a fortification buff, and fortification gives me several benefits and also makes me take less damage overall. But basically, again, the whole goal is to keep these debuffs rotating on this guy, okay, and then pop all of your damage when the enemy is slowed and vulnerable, because that's when you deal a ton of bonus damage. When the enemy is slowed and vulnerable, my Earthen Strikes deal almost double damage. So it's really powerful, something you definitely want to pay attention to. Okay, so that is the fight, folks. That is the rotation that I like to use as a Druid. As I rock and roll and level up, you just witness it here, like and sub. Randy out, folks. Woo!